What's going on, everybody? You have Taunt here, back with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle, this time bringing you guys my team builder and battle for week number 2 of the PBA, the Paldea Battle Academy, where this week the Miami Palafants are going to be taking on Roseray God, the coach of the Las Vegas Rotom. Be sure to check out his link in the description down below. Be sure to check him out, so support, as well as check out all the other coaches taking part in the PBA for this season. So after coming off of a very convincing 5-0 win in our week 1 game against Lars off the back of Asui and Lilligant not missing attacks, we have our week 2 matchup here against Roseray God, and the matchup is pretty interesting to say the least. It does have a lot of key threats to have to worry about, with the main one on his team being that Gyarados. It is one of his Terra captains, and Gyarados popped off for him in his week 1 game, and our objective is to ensure that that does not happen to us in this matchup. I do feel like we have the team to, at the very least, ensure that a DD Terra Gyarados does not sweep us at any point in time during this matchup, but there are some other Pokemon to consider as threats to this game. The Meowscarada is still a pretty considerable threat when you consider the fact that spikes can be a bit of a nuisance for my team, and even stuff like Slitherwing, Mimikyu, and more importantly the Gothitelle can trap some certain Pokemon on my team that can hinder my strategy just a bit. But there are some other things that I can take advantage of when it comes to his team. For the most part, he only has one Stealth Rocker in that Mudsdale, so I'm not too hampered as much when it comes to bringing boots on either my Cinderace or even the Chien-Pao for that matter. And outside of that, though, there are some Pokemon that I feel are kind of iffy from a matchup perspective. Mousehold can be a bit of a problem if it's like Tidy Up, Population Bomb, and my team is extremely weakened. But outside of that, though, it's still kind of meh. And it's not really because it's a bad Pokemon, but more so I feel like I have the tools and the fact that I have some strong Pokemon, some good priority, and a good normal resist in Earthworm that can hinder it pretty well. Other than that, though, the team that I ended up building for this matchup. So first off, we do have the Glimmora this time, rocking the Shed Shell. I do have to respect that Gothitelle can still come and essentially trap my main form of removal with Mortal Spin, but this time though I am going to be using Glimmora as a potential win condition, as it is a Rock Polish set with Power Gem, Sludge Wave, and Earth Power as its offensive options. Did originally have this thing being Choice Scarf, but then again, like I said, I was really concerned about Gothitelle coming in, trapping my Glimmora, getting rid of it with Psychic, and then like things would get out of hand and like disrupt my plans. So instead I decided to switch it up a bit, make Glimmora Shed Shell just in case the Gothitelle does come. If it doesn't come, then that's great. If it does, I just want to prep for it just to make sure, because despite the fact that Gothitelle's matchup is a bit iffy against my team, I still want to respect it as a means of trapping one of my passive stuff, and Glimmora cannot knock out Gothitelle in one hit. Regardless though, the coverage of Power Gem, Sludge Wave, and Earth Power is really all I needed. I did contemplate Energy Ball a little bit, but for the most part, it only really hit Mudsdale super effectively, and I can chip that thing down with Earth Power anyway, so I wasn't too concerned in terms of getting off significant damage on the Mudsdale, especially considering that I have stuff like Chien-Pao, I have Asui and Lilligant, Vaporeon, stuff like that to whittle that down as well. So yeah, this is a very straightforward offensive Glimmora set. Timid, max special attack, enough speed to guarantee outspeed Gyarados and Slitherwing, and the rest are just thrown into defense. Next up, we are bringing Cinderace for the first time this season, bringing my favorite move set to run on Cinderace: Power Ball, Taunt, Super Fang, and U-Turn. Yes, this set cannot deal with Moltres, it can't touch Moltres, it can't do much damage to Gyarados, and it can't do much damage to stuff like Tatsugiri, but doesn't need to. The combination of both Taunt and Super Fang is very imperative, specifically Taunt at the very least, to ensure that the Gyarados cannot DD in Cinderace's face. If I can mitigate that and it comes at trading Cinderace for not allowing Gyarados to DD up, I will take that. So that's pretty much the mindset behind this set. Super Fang just to chip down stuff like Moltres, chips down Muddale for 50% of its HP. Powerball is my main move of attacking, and then U-turns there for momentum purposes. The 220 speed EVs lets me guarantee outspeed a Jolly max speed mouse hold, and it also lets me guarantee outspeed a Choice Scarf Gothitelle if I need to. The 80 attack investment ensures that Powerball can always knock out a zero bulk Magnezone with Powerball, and the rest is thrown into HP to give me a way of taking hits better from Pokemon like the Meowscarada and First Impression Slitherwing in a pinch. So that is the Cinderace. Next up is my, once again, Hisuian Lilligant, same set as last week, Terra Ghost, Close Combat, Terra Blast, Victory Dance, Synthesis. This is the main win con of the team. Just Victory Dance up and hope we duplicate what happened week 1 where we popped off. But yeah, like I said, Close Combat plus Terra Blast goes, hits Rose's entire team for neutral damage. I don't nearly need Leaf Blade, it only really hits Mudsdale, and having Terra Ghost, Terra Blast to essentially hit all the fighting resist on Rose's team is a lot more beneficial to me as opposed to running Leaf Blade. And plus, after terrestrializing, I can use stuff like Mudsdale instead of Fodder. It can't. The worst thing it can do for me is go for Roar. Earthquake will be neutral, but after Victory Dances, it won't be doing that much damage, especially considering how bulky this set is. And I can just heal up, set up on non-Roar Mudsdale, and just do some work. That's pretty much the long and short of this Hisuian Lilligant set. We are clear Amulet on Hisuian Lilligant just to ensure that if the Gyarados is Intimidate, we do not have to worry about the Gyarados lowering our attack to try to take those hits. Just as a bit of a fail-safe here, and I'm not really worried about Moltres since Terra Blast is a non-contact move, so I never have to worry about Flame Body Burns in the slightest. Terra Ghost also helps me also set up against the Slitherwing since I'll be immune to the Fighting Stab and resist the Bug First Impression and stuff like that. So yeah, a very straightforward set. Not running that much speed. I'm only running speed for Mimikyu. I could have speed tied with Cryogonal, but I'm not going to try to set up in front of that thing anyway unless I guarantee I'm at full HP and hope to God I don't get like Ice Beam or Freeze Strike Frozen. And I don't want hacks to play a factor in that. So yeah, that's Hisuian Lilligant. Next up we have the wall breaker of the team, our Chien-Pao. Jolly Nature with the protective pads, Crunch, Ice Spitter, Ice Shard, Taunt, same moveset as last week. With the exception, I have protective pads here. Like I said, Rose only has one Stealth Rocker in Mudsdale. If Mudsdale does not come, that means I'm only going to have to worry about Spikes and Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes are a bit iffy, but I do have Glamora to absorb those things, so it's not really that big of a deal. But Chien-Pao is main role. Come in, do damage, and taunt again to ensure that the Gyarados cannot go for Dragon Dance, Moltres can't Roost or whatever, and like any other situations where I can like avoid like Mudsdale going for rocks, expecting me to like switch out or something. But regardless, Chien-Pao's role is very straightforward: do damage, taunt the Gyarados, and just go to town and give me priority against stuff like the Meowscarada and the like. So yeah, very straightforward set, max attack to hit as hard as possible, enough speed to guarantee outspeed Meowscarada, and the rest is thrown into HP. Protective pads to ensure that my Chien-Pao does not have to risk being Flame Body Bird by the Moltres. That's pretty much all I need. Then we have our Garchomp rocking the Rocky Helmet again. This time we are a bit of a bulkier set this time around. This is my way of having a means of checking stuff like Mimikyu, Gyarados as well. If it already has a DD up, I can live a hit from a +1 Gyarados. If it's +2, then I guarantee die, and I'm going to hope and pray that I won't come to that situation. But regardless, this is the exact same moveset as what we had last week. Like I said, we are a bulkier set. We are running enough speed to guarantee outspeed Mimikyu. With 232 HP EVs and 36 defense investment, we avoid the 2 KO from Jolly unboosted Meowscarada's Flower Trick. after a layer of spikes. I also am able to take a Jolly Life Orb Play Rough from an unboosted Mimikyu as well, and retaliate with an Earthquake as well. And then Sword Stance is just basically there to ensure I have a means of like getting a bit more damage off on stuff like Mudsdale and the like. And then Stone Edge, of course, is there for the Gyarados and the Moltres. So yeah, Garchomp, very straightforward. And yeah, lastly, we have my Vaporeon, my backup insurance to ensure that Gyarados, if it does get out of hand and manages to get up a DD and I'm not able to Terrasilize with my Lilligant, Vaporeon is the backup solution in that scenario. So what we do have here is a Surf. We have Surf to do damage to stuff like the Moltres, the Mudsdale, hit those in super effectively, but we are running Icy Wind over Ice Beam, and this is just another failsafe just in case, because like I said, I do not want Gyarados to Dragon Dance up and sweep. If there comes a situation where I am not able to taunt the Gyarados to prevent it from going for DD, I want to at the very least have a Vaporeon here as a means to slow it down. It can Dragon Dance, gets boosted attack stat, but as long as it doesn't boost its speed, I'm okay with that. So that's why Icy Wind is over there for over Ice Beam, just to ensure that I can have some sort of speed control outside of just relying on Chien-Pao's Ice Shard. We are also Terra Steel on this Vaporeon to ensure that if the Gyarados is indeed Terra Flying, to have that dual stab. With Water Absorb, I already am immune to Gyarados' water move, and with me being Terra Steel, I resist Gyarados' flying stab as well. It also gives me a means of being able to take hits better from Mimikyu if that situation does come up, and I am also able to resist Dragalge's dual stab as well as stuff like Mousehole's Population Bomb, Cryogonals, Freeze Dry, and an Ice Beam, and I can even wall Tatsugiri if I have to. And the only downside to that is I'm also going to get trapped by Magnezone. But yeah, you take what you can get. But regardless, as for the EVs, Max Defense, Bold Nature to be as physically bulky as possible, take hits better from stuff like the Slitherwing. And I'm also able to resist and not be weak to Flower Trick from Meowscarada, since I would be Terra Steel. The 192 HP gives me 1 point higher than a leftovers number, and the HP in conjunction with the 64 Spadef EVs lets me guaranteed take 2 offensive Hurricanes from Moltres after a layer of spikes. Protect is there to scout if the Gothitelle wants to trick my Vaporeon or Choice Scarf, so I can see what's it going to try to do beforehand if it comes, and then Calm Mind just to have a bit more offensive firepower behind Vaporeon's attacks. So yeah, that is it for the team builder. Hopefully I broke down what I brought and why I brought it well enough for you guys. And also, before we actually switch over to the battle, since this is going up beforehand, I do want to quickly apologize to my opponent, because during the battle I kind of got my pronouns messed up, and it was completely unintentional, and I do humbly apologize. It wasn't trying to be rude or anything, but I just got my pronouns mixed up during the game, so hopefully you don't take offense into that. But regardless, that's the team builder, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let's head on over to the battle. Alright guys, so here we are with the Week 2 battle for the PBA against Rose and her Las Vegas Rotoms. And okay, this is a different team than I was expecting. She did not bring Gothitelle. Oh, thank the Lord. She didn't bring Goth. But the main elephant in the room, or the sweeper in the room, is that Gyarados. Gyarados is a big problem, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think the safest lead for me against everything would just be leading off with Cinderace. Not gonna lie. Cinderace has like a fine lead against everything. If she leads off directly with Gyarados, I'm just gonna taunt that thing right away. Kind of wish I was Libero now that I think about it. But yeah. Other than that, though, this is more or less what I was expecting. She's a very offensive build, and I expect the Slitherwing is probably going to be a bit more defensive in nature, just as a means of checking Chien-Pao. Also, for the most part, Ice Spinner on my Chien-Pao looks so free in this game. Like, incredibly free. Because I don't have to worry about, as long as I don't get Chien-Pao's pads knocked off, I'm okay. Alright, so let's get this over with. Good luck, have fun to Rose. Let's see what she decides to lead off with here. Clover. Is that the Meow? That's the Masquerade. Okay. I'm okay with this. Definitely okay with this this lead. Because it does allow me to get up a U-turn here. I could also go for Pyro Ball right away, but I don't really see the point in doing that. The other question is, yeah, I think U-turn's fine, to be perfectly honest. Because if she knocks off my boots, that's not the end of the world here, because this isn't her only hazard setter, so let's just go straight for the U-turn. She's just gonna hard swap out, that's okay. Did she go Gyarados? Zazu. Is this Gyara? As Moltres. Okay. That's fine by me. So we're going to U-turn out here. We're not going to do much damage, but we are going to get the free switch out into our Glamora now. And the fact that she didn't bring Dragalge either means that she does not, well, she does have removal in the Cryogonal, but I can go into my Glamora right now and just click Power Gem. Like, I lose nothing by doing this. A bit early, but I don't have to set up right away with Glamora. Like, the opportunity is there somewhat, but not really. Because Slitherwing can definitely live a hit. So I'm just going to click Power Gem here, force this thing out. It's also a no drawback in terms of what she decides to do, because I'm assuming her switch in this would probably be Slitherwing. And chipping down Slitherwing is nice for Chien-Pao. Yeah, she definitely wants to keep this around for the Lilligant at the very least. Chien-Pao to an extent as well. So yeah, there's the switch. Do we see Slitherwing come in? Why so big though? That's Slitherwing. Yep. So yeah, we're going to get some chip on this Slitherwing. That's some decent damage. So let's see here. What's my play now? Bug fighting. I guess what I can do is just go directly out into my Garchomp. The main downside to doing this is I don't know if she's defensive by that spread. Because Slitherwing does have some very good special defense. But like I said, I'm also expecting this to be a lot more defensive. I'm expecting it to probably be defensive with like Morning Sun. It can also pack Will-O-Wisp too, which I'm a little bit more fearful of. So yeah, this is probably the reason why she brought the Slitherwing. Another thing, she could be a lot more offensive and just not care. She could probably just U-turn right here as well. But either way, my play is just to go out into Garchomp. Garchomp can easily chew. It should be able to easily chew any hits from this thing, barring it being like banded close combat. So let's see what she goes for here. She is going to U-turn at 277. She does take Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet chip. Alright, so that's perfect. Perfect. Alright, so her Power Gem switch-in was this. I'm assuming now she's going to go back into... what does she want to go into now? Probably Cryogonal would be the play. I think if anything, the play would be going into Cryogonal. So yeah, this is a decent start so far, but I think she's gonna go Cryo here just to keep up the offensive pressure. Cause she sees I'm Rocky Helmet, so I'm not Yachi, so she can go into Cryo for free. Oh, she just goes back into Meow. Alright, that's fine. So here's the other thing. Garchomp, I did EV it to take 2 Flower Tricks from an unboosted. Actually, now that I think about it, my Cinderace's role in this game is a little bit iffy. Like the main thing it does for me here is it lets me offensively check Cryogonal. I can also taunt the Gyarados. But the other thing is every time she goes every time I go Cinderace, she goes Moltres, which is fine. So she's probably just going to either get up Spikes or she's just going to U-turn here. So either way, my plays are going to Cinderace. I want to keep Garchomp's HP for the Mimikyu. Because the Garchomp, the Mimikyu could be SD as well. The Garchomp is DD. She is just going to knock off. She is going to reveal if she's Protein. That's fine. And she crits me. Ugh, that sucks. That crit is so huge. That crit is so huge. Because now I can't stay in. Oh boy. That sucks tremendously. And she can go for knockoff again or Flower Trick now. That was a very bad, that was a very terrible crit right there. No, I can't go, no. I do kind of want to keep this, but do I just go back out into Chomp though is the question. I think the answer is no. I think I just let this thing go down. As much as I didn't want to, that crit just changed a lot of things. So yeah, there goes my Cinderace. Oh boy. So, Meow, Scarada, KOs, Cinderace with Knock. That does suck, but what can I do? I think the other downside is now she is not Grass type anymore. She's purely a Dark type. Which means if she's not Choice, she goes for Flower Trick. I guess I can go back into Chomp now and just click I can click Stone Edge actually, so yeah, I'll do that. Like if there's any opportunity to do it, I guess the time would be now. As much as I would like to keep this healthy for Mimikyu and the Gyarados. Yeah, I think that's just the better play. Oh man. So yeah, again, unfortunate crit, but I'll just make do with that. She is going to withdraw. Maybe she's banded? I can't tell now because of the oh, she just goes hard Mimikyu. Please connect with the Stone Edge Garchomp. Of course not. Of course not. That was a bit too much to ask for this time around, but it's okay, buddy. I'm surprised she was willing to risk her disguise being popped there. Because if I pop the disguise, EQ into Play Rough into Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, that would have racked up to the point where it would have been in Chien-Pao Ice Charge range. So yeah, that's really unfortunate there. So yeah, I'll just put the disguise here. Earthquake, she is just going to get up the SD though. I am faster actually. Woodhammer. Okay. So it's not pads, and she takes the Rough Skin Rocky Helmet chip, and damage by the recoil. That was a lot of damage racking up. I am making myself a lot weaker to Gyarados by doing this, but if she's willing to just Woodhammer was for Vaporeon, I guess. Alright, so this should take it out still. Yes, it does. I crit. I don't know if the crit mattered or not, but the Mimikyu is down, but the problem is now, I get the feeling I know what's coming in after now. And I'm not gonna like the answer to this. I'm really not gonna like the answer to this. Okay, thank the Lord, it wasn't what I thought it was. Alright, so it's Cryogonal. I thought it was gonna be Gyarados. So let's just ball out here. Let's go hard Chien-Pao here. Hard Chien-Pao. Actually, no. I was gonna say Glamora has a shot right now to win, but it does not. So let's see, the Ice Beam or the Freeze Strike. Now let's just get our free crunch now. I'm pretty sure Slitherwing is in range of dying to, Moltres is out now. Yeah, I wish I got more chip damage off, but that's okay. And I crit again! And I got the oh my god! Crit into defense drop. Wow, this game is really trying to pay me back for my Cinderace getting crit. Jesus Christ. I guess I crunch again, like... Oh my god, that was rough. Chien-Pao, my god. The game is really trying to pay me back for my Cinderace getting crit. And down goes the Moltres. So, yeah, I crit again. Yo, this game makes no sense, man. Chien-Pao, KOs, Moltres, there we go. This game makes no sense sometimes. Crit, defense drop into another crit. I think she was just trying to fish for the flame body burn, but for the most part I was protective patch, so that was never happening. I'm also curious to know if well, with the Moltres gone now. Actually, I don't want to risk that. If she goes Slitherwing, I think the play is to sack off Garchomp and then go back into Chien-Pao. Alternatively, I could also go Lilligant. But it just comes down to what that Gyarados' Terra is. I don't know what its Terra type is. But I guess no matter what the Gyarados is going to Terrasilize into, I guess the play is to... Okay. She went Meow. Did she go Meow just to Flower Trick me? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what this thing wants to do. But the fact that she went into Meow makes me think this is Scarf. I don't think Low... I think the best move it has to knock me out with is Low Kick. I guess if anything, I could just Scout regardless. Yeah, I'll just sack off Chomp here. I don't want to give her any leeway, so to speak. So yeah, we'll sack off Garchomp, which I'm assuming is the Low Kick. Or the U-turn. So I assume there's Scarf. I live. This is a problem now. This is a big problem. So, question now. She should go Gyarados? No, she just goes back into the Cryogonal. The thing is, do I just do the same play again? Because, like, I don't need HP on Chien-Pao, all things considered. Yeah, I think I just keep doing the exact same thing. I can keep this for added chip against the Meowscarada. I'm like really freaking out about her rolling into Gyarados, DDing up and sweeping me. She flash canned me this time. That did not kill me. Good. I guess no matter what she clicked, that was the play. Now here's the thing: is this thing Scarf? I don't know if I'm being totally honest with you. Okay, I sure did not kill Meowscarada anyway, so I made the right play. If she's Scarfed, she's Scarfed, right? I think she's Scarfed on the Meow, though. Yeah, exactly. And I killed the Cryogonal. So, yeah. So, Chien-Pao picks up its second kill of the game. KOs Cryogonal. I'm expecting... If Gyarados comes out, I'm immediately clicking Taunt. There is no way around that. Ideally, what I would want to happen is... Okay, she goes into Meow. and it's in range of Ice Shard. Please tell me it's not his makeup bitches. Alright, so that's another crit. Okay, now I really don't know if that matters. Chien-Pao, KOs, Strata. The fact that she's not going Slither makes me think it doesn't have first impression. If she goes Gyarados, I'm immediately clicking Taunt. Like, there's no way around that. I feel like she has to go Taunt. She has to go Gyarados now. If she didn't go Slitherwing this entire time and she's had first impression, then I'm really going to be confused. Tsunami, that's Gyarados. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. It is Moxie. I am clicking Taunt. You can DD, do your thing and all that stuff, but you are not. I mean, you are not DDing in my face. You can kill me for all I care. Good. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. She didn't even go for. She didn't even Terra. That's the other thing. Let me see. 80. Oh, they don't say base power. Okay. So we'll crunch this. So yeah, let her Terra Blast and kill me. Who cares? So down goes Chien-Pao, but Chien-Pao did so much work. It did more work than I expected it to. So Gyarados, KOs, Chien-Pao. That looks like it's in range of Glamora? Either way, I have 2 turns to do this, and my Glamora is faster. Alternatively speaking, I don't think Gyarados does kill me with Power Gem. I probably should have went to Garchomp actually, but that's alright. It just comes down to what she Terras into. So do we see Terra Flying or Terra Steel? It is Terra Flying, so I click Power Gem. So yeah, this Glamora is gonna pick up the KO on the Gyarados. Down goes the Gyarados. Alright, Glamora, KOs, Gyarados, and all she has left is the Slither. Alright, so let me see. Okay, it's in range. And first impression is to kill me from this range, so I'm just gonna click Sludge Wave. It's the stronger move of the 2. So this is KO. Yes, it does. Alright, so that's going to be the game, guys. It's going to be a quick 4-0 victory for us. And yeah, I am very, very happy with how things turned out. I am not going to lie. That was a very fast-paced game. I figured she'd be Terra Flying just for the Terra Blast, but I was so paranoid about not getting setup foddered, getting set up on by the Gyarados, and Chien-Pao did so much work. So much work, and I wouldn't even tell from after my Cinderace got crit, but yeah, Taunt, 3 attacks, Chien-Pao saved us, and yeah, it's also another game that Vaporeon never hit the field, but that's all right. But yeah, the everything went to fruition. Everything went a lot smoother than I expected it to. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. So we are now 2-0 on the season, plus 9 differential. Yeah, big shout out to Chien-Pao, shout out to Glamora for doing its thing. And yeah, I also didn't have to use a Sylveon Lil again, so I never had to risk missing, although Garchomp had that covered already. But yeah. That's going to be from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. GG is, of course, to my opponent, Rose. Check out their channel in the description down below. Check all the other coaches taking part in the PBA. And, again, hope you guys enjoyed the battle. And until the next time, this is Tone, signing out for now. Peace out.